So it's 20:43 p.m. and still Friday, so I'm gonna run off TV show review. So I got Invincible season 2. Ain't seen this shit? Don't watch this vid. If you are curious about what happened and you wanted a condensed version versus watching all the episodes, stick around. So here's my thoughts. Full spoilers ahead. Everybody dies. The end. So I'm so glad this came back. I really am. I love Invincible. So good. Man, seeing Mark getting pounded again, damn, that hurts. No lube, too. God, horrible. Seeing Mark versus Immortal was wild, but Omni Man's back. Shit. The way Mark popped his head off. Ooh, head popping's good this season. Shit, Mark and Omni Man took over Earth. Fuck. I do like how Mark's costume is the logo for Image Comics, and so is Immortals. I think I mentioned that for season 1, but I don't remember. Nice. Sterling K. Brown's voicing Angstrom and Zachary Quinto is doing Robot, and both of them are great. Both have amazing roots as well in their roles. Their best roles are, a lot of you are going to think, oh, he's going to see This Is Us for Sterling. Army Wives. Watch that series. It is worth the watch. It's so good. And Zachary's best role is Heroes on NBC. I love that series. I got to review that eventually. Eve has buzz cut hair now. Jesus, Mark snapped her neck by paralyzing her. Fuck, this is darker than the first season. Hooray! Christ, is this gonna be like Berserk? I hope not. I don't like that. Fuck Berserk, man. Damn. But who saved Angstrom, though? Why is Angstrom named number 646? Radiohead's Karma Police is good shit. Might get it from my playlist. I still haven't yet. I'm still debating on it. I can't imagine Mark's mental health after being beaten nearly to death. And I forgot about his mom's mental state, too. Marlo, Mauler can shit portals now. That's awesome. Angstrom Levy can use portals to move people like the Maulers. Very intriguing. Todd's not an asshole because he hugged Mark. Good old Todd. Man, if I was Mark, I wouldn't have gone back to school. I do get him blaming himself for not being able to save anyone. But Amber's right. He doesn't owe anyone anything. He really doesn't. Cecil's right about Mark not being ready for battle and needing time off. The new Guardians fighting the Giant is neat. I love the new enemies they throw into this shit. They're so cool. New Guardians are Duplicate, Black Samson, Rex, Robot, Shrinking Ray, and Rudy. Yeah. Angstrom Levy takes the Maulers to a somatic encoder that reads, copies, and writes human minds. I love this shit. It sounds like advanced AI, and I love that. Also, it's been a month since Omni Man versus Invincible. I'm surprised by the time frame on that. Usually, when it comes to a big fight, it's always like 6 months, a year, or 5 years later. In some situations, that's how it usually goes. I'd like to see a situation where it was like 2 days later. That would be wild. Angstrom can't get the machine working because he needs twice the processing power, so he travels between different dimensions to get that power. He's got multiple versions of himself in safe houses across dimensions, gathering knowledge, and he wants the Mauler twins to help put all the info into his head so he can figure out how to save each world. And it's amazing. I love that. And all the twins want is a world without superheroes, good food, and population that thinks they're gods. Easy request. Olga's back at Mark's house with Debbie. Olga's right about Debbie not being able to help Mark until she helps herself. True story. You gotta save yourself before you can save others. Debbie's right about the pain eating away at her like acid until she's hollow. I have been there numerous times. If it ain't subtle reminders of Crystal, it's my failure for not telling Jess all the good things she's done for me. No. The Immortal is leading the Guardians, and Bulletproof joins the team. Bulletproof discs Rex's name. I feel for Rudy not being the leader he wants to be after getting a new body. Eve's living out in the woods. Typical shit. Angstrom's absorbing 1,000 minds of knowledge. Crazy. Jesus, Invincible got his ass handed to him again, but Angstrom stopped the Mauler family from killing him. Yeah. Angstrom destroyed his encoder in the process, but did he survive? Where's Omni-Man now? I don't know. Nobody wants to tell me. Mark's working for Cecil now. I didn't notice Immortal Suit also has the logo. You know, I kind of hope Eve fucks Mark's brains out to give him some sexual healing. I really do. God. Mark and Amber got into Upstate University. Immortal doesn't trust Mark's intentions. Highly understandable and relatable. Mahler 1 survived the explosion but ended up mutated. Angstrom survived, but he's also mutated with an elongated brain. Pretty wild shit. Angstrom vanished to wherever. Stellar opening for season 2, though not as dark as the pilot episode. Fuck no. That pilot, that is. Woo! That pilot is legendary. This is going to be a rough season seeing how Mark and Debbie navigate their individual PTSD. Top notch storytelling from Image Comics. Hell yeah. Oh, Mark's graduation. I remember mine. Still the biggest graduating class with 1,500 students. It took us 2 hours to graduate, everybody. I'm not kidding. It's on YouTube. Go look up North Carroll High School class of 2004 graduation. I promise. It's a long video. Fuck. Doc Seismic's back with the Magnemites, and he took down the Washington Monument. Woo! Fuck that monument. I love Principal Vale Johnson's speech, but he will always be Carl Winslow for me, no matter what. Best dad ever. Eve's going to help with the reconstruction in Chicago, while Amber's going to help Kate Giles' campaign. Oh yeah, I forgot about her campaign. William's going to binge the trashiest reality show twice. Livingston is a Martian. That's funny. And NASA is considering what to do about the sequids on Mars. Yeah, them sequids. Woo, baby. Holy shit, Eve's powers are awesome. She fixed the corner side of a building and made a community park right beside it. Amazing. Debbie's right about Mark not needing to prove herself and that it's his last summer as a kid, even though he's an adult. I definitely feel like the two of them are going to blow up on each other at some point. Like it's there, like they're going to do it at some point in the future. Immortals fucking duplicate. Amazing shit. Livingston eats frozen pizza. Charming. I mean, hell, I used to eat frozen chicken nuggets and little tidbits of raw hamburger when I was younger. Yep. Mark's investigating the possible return of Darkwing, even though Cecil personally ID'd his ribcage last year. Midnight City's been cursed by the Midnight Magician back in 2002. Looks interesting. I like that. Darkwing's kid, Night Boy, lazy ass shit, has taken up the mantle of Midnight City. Wow, Night Boy took Invincible into the Shadowverse. Wonder what all's in there. Debbie confronting Cecil about Mark's involvement with GDA is warranted. Everyone's raw as hell over Omni-Man shit last month. How is Donald alive? Why are Eve's parents being stubborn about living in squalor? It's sad that her dad is working at Burger Mart. Yum. After losing his job at the furniture store due to the Chicago corporate office being destroyed. And that fight really had a domino effect on everyone in Invincible's life. It's wild. That domino effect really shows. It really, really does. Because you never think about that. And then it hits you and it's like, wow, this has been a domino effect. Mark brought Amber to Vegas for lunch. Amber's right about Mark making sure the voice in his ear isn't the only one he listens to. Yeah. That's true. If he gets lost being Cecil's lapdog, he'll lose who he is. The Lizard League hit a biolab outside of Dallas. King Lizard is locked up. Mark has to marry the Atlantean King's widow, or else they'll flood the entire eastern seaboard. Supreme Lizard has taken over the Lizard League. I love the Atlantean ship. Yes, I love my ships. Langston goes by the Shapesmith now. Depth Dweller looks awesome. Oh yeah, that motherfucking creature. Yeah, love them shits. Debbie's... Ooh, that could have been louder. Damn. Debbie's trying to sell houses again and came across a couple where the guy was a cunt towards his wife. It's easy to forget couples like that still do exist. Nah. Wonder what the Depth Dweller sound did to Mark's hearing. Oh yeah, that's right. Holy fuck, the park Eve built collapsed because of a sinkhole underneath of it. Damn, Debbie broke down and took out the cabinet door, and then Mark hugged her after he got back. Shapesmith's origins on how he was controlled by the sequence was pretty damning. Yeah, very, very damning. King Lizard shot Supreme Lizard in the head. Headshot supremacy. Angstrom visited another version of Mark that's captive in the Pentagon after Omni-Man was killed with experimental quantum bombs. Gotta say, gender swapping Cecil and Donald is pretty cool. I love that shit. I wonder when Mark is gonna break down over what his dad did to him. I do. Oh my god. Cecil Smart analyzing the Depth Dweller's acoustics for a potential weapon against Mark. You gotta have every resource available to take down a possible threat, even if it's one of the team. You know, that's how they roll. Oh, Mark's first day of college. Woo. I do wonder if drugs will even work on Mark. I do wonder that, because he's half human, half Viltrumite, so would drugs even have an effect on him? Ha! Magnum Pie! I can't believe Mark threw away his toys but saved Seance Dog. What a dick. Amber and Mark bumping uglies on the first day of college. Woohoo! Viltrumites invaded Unopia and decimated them. The Unopians were invited by Thaddeus to the planet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Planet T. Planet Tail. That'll work. To join the coalition of planets. Oh, Peter Cullen. I love him. Nice, an origin story on Alan the Alien. Nice. The Viltrumites hit Acreon, wiping them out and forcing all the coalition members to cut communications. Oof. Alan's reveal of Mark the Coalition gives them a glimmer of hope against the Viltrumites. Interesting. Viltrumites believe in racial purity, just like Nazis. Hail Hitler. Hail Hitler. I'm being sarcastic. It's not serious. Jesus. Makes you wonder other Viltrumite kids who might turn against their parents. Never know. Thaddeus thinks there's a mole in the coalition and wants Alan to investigate. Alan and Telia get to knocking boots too. Good old sex episode. Yeah. Alan's Unopan cat is called Vorg. His fave food is Canslock. I write everything down. It's important. Also, Alan can't stand up to a Viltrumite by himself. Telia's food's eaten by... Oh, Telia's food eaten cans like... Oh, her food ate the shit. That's right. Fuck, Thula and two other Viltrumites beat the fuck out of Alan when they asked him about Omni-Man's kid. Damn. So they didn't even know about Mark or Nolan abandoning his post. Interesting. Holy hell, Thaddeus was the mole. Oh no, not Peter Cullen. Kate's fucking immortal because they share the same amount of deaths which Rex doesn't get. It's a trauma bond right there. Rudy set up a fear response system to help monitor his. Rudy asked Monster Girl to go to the movies. That was cute. Debbie joins the spouses as a superhero support group and slowly bonds with Theo. That's an underrated highlight of this season. Monster Girl takes Rudy to try Burger Mart food. Damn, Debbie found out that Theo is Alana's husband, aka the Green Ghost. Murdered by Nolan. Awkward. And rough. William wanting details on Mark banging Amber. Jesus. And the Lady Yaya's posters. All these fucking little hints to pop culture. I love it. It's too good. William misses Rick. Mark is visited by Nuzlocke from planet Thraxa, who sent him to get help to stop the meteor showers. Fun. Mark telling Amber he loves her before leaving is endearing. It's going to take 6 days to reach Thraxa. Wild. But I like the time shit. It's fun to know this stuff. Debbie told Theo about Nolan, and he told her not to come back to the group. And I feel for Debbie not being able to grieve, especially being kept in the dark for 20 years about who Nolan was. It's rough. And that goes for any couple, honestly. If you've broken out of a relationship and if it was with a narcissist especially, and it takes a long time to heal, man. Long fucking time. Don't believe me? Ask your friends that have broken out of that kind of a relationship and ask them what their triggers are. They'll tell you. Mark's arrived on Thraxa and it's pretty and it's so fucked. Omni-Man's the monarch of Thraxa. How? Oof. Mm. And I never realized how sheltered Rudy was until now. I really never realized this. He was in a tank for so long, and now having a younger body, he's experiencing things for the first time without being hindered by malformation. That's cool. I envy him greatly. Nolan traveling through deep space was beautiful and painful, given how he left things. And I hope there's an art book for this series. Spoiler, there's one for season 1. I might be getting it. I don't know yet. I feel for Mark hugging Nolan, but also telling him "fuck you" pretty much sums up his feelings. I actually like Nolan with unkempt hair and beard. It looks so good. It's wild that he saved that Thraxian ship when he himself was going to kill himself. Yeah. Yep. He's Emperor of Thraxa and married to Andressa. Jesus. He really rebuilt his life after ditching Mark and Debbie. Just wow. He even made a son that's half Thrax and half Viltrumite. Can't wait to see how Oliver evolves. Definitely adding the Olympus song to my playlist. Yeah, I did. I think. Yeah, I think I did. Debbie crying at Nolan's fake grave is relatable because you never really know someone even after 20 years of marriage. It's wild. Like, you'll see people who have been married for decades and then they have a divorce or die, and you find out shit about them you didn't know. Whole hidden life. Crazy. Everyone keeps secrets for a reason. God knows I have many of my own that I'll never divulge. True. Mauler made a twin, so now it's King Mauler and Mauler twin. Fucking Mauler. Underrated character. I love him. Donald found his old glasses at the destroyed house after he couldn't get Debbie home. What the hell is he? William and Amber telling Eve that Mark is away on Thraxa. Oh, they tell her. I was tired when I was writing this up, too. So, yeah, fun stuff. That's wild. Nolan manipulated Mark into helping him save his brother and Andressa as the Viltrumite soldiers landed on Thraxa. I'm with Mark. I would have left because fuck putting that shit on me. Nolan fucked up royally by interbreeding with an inferior species while still married to Debbie on Earth. Yeah. It's like Nolan wants to help but doesn't know if it's enough or if he's just stringing Mark along because he's young. Oh, yeah. That's good shit. Kill Cannon stole robot techs. Oh, robot's tech, but Eve's gonna beat his ass to get it back. That's nice shit. Mark took Andressa and her son to the caves of Rockland for refuge. Wow, the Viltrumite Lucan, hold Mark down with just a finger. A finger. Crazy. Nolan took Lucan down with a hand-chopping gut slice and killed him with a stalagmite. Gnarly shit. Nolan admitting he should die is revealing, but he's reluctant about it. So his powers have increased over a month's time being on Thraxa. Interesting. So that'll be showcased next season. Oh, and his half-breed kids' aging genes have slowed down too. Eve learned firsthand how dangerous her powers can be when her blast nearly killed a middle-aged couple. Art pointing out Debbie's the stronger person since Nolan wasn't around is true. She didn't need him because she was able to do it for herself. Donald found out he died via surveillance footage. Bummer. Vidor and Thula massacred the Thraxans. Nolan having a crisis over feeling for the dead Thraxans is interesting, and Mark pointing out that he shouldn't feel that way on Earth was a culture shock for him. He should have felt that way on Earth. Nolan saying he's not supposed to feel this way. I guess he's supposed to be obdurate, fatalistic, and nihilistic. Oh, well. I noticed the animation on this harkens back to Majin Buu Saga. I wonder if folks at Skybound worked with Funimation back then. There's a lot of that I noticed in different episodes. It's fun. I do like Thul's braid with the knife woven into it. Very smart shit. Damn, Mark cutting loose on Thula was gnarly. Love that shit. Nolan and Mark versus Vidor and Thula was straight badass, especially with Nolan's elbow to Thula's jaw. Oh, I watched that like 7 times back. That was so good. It's like, bam! Like, ooh, mama, do it again. Fuck. Lucan survived to shatter Nolan's spine with a drop kick. Oof. Mark got shanked deep by Thula. Lucan collapsed after telling the command ship that he guessed Nolan is dead. Man, is Mark going to be cutting loose more as the season continues? I don't know. Nolan makes a valid point about him holding back. If you hold back, you'll always be in the same place. It's true. Debbie's giving away Nolan's book money because she doesn't want it anymore because then she feels indebted to Cecil. I get that. Nolan's being taken away to Viltrum. Why does he want Mark to read his books? Education connection. That's why. Donald cut himself to see if he was human, but the tip of the knife bent. So what's under the skin? Terminator. That's what this ties into. Mark was tasked with pacifying Earth by General Krieg. So good hearing Clancy Brown's legendary voice. Love that man. Eve went back home, but I wonder how long she's going to stay there. Mauler killed King Mauler. Now to wait for the second half of season 2, which returns in 2024, probably between February and April. It's April! Hello! Well, I was right about it coming back between February and April, only it was March. Close enough. Oh my. Mark and the Thraxons got fucked up. So bad. Omnipotus looks cool as fuck. I need a figure of some of these people so bad. Oh, they're so cool. Mark's fixing up the palace. Andressa gave Mark his brother to take care of on Earth since she's dying and won't be able to take care of him. Mark's been away for 2 months. 2 months' time on Thraxa. Can't imagine what the hell it did for his powers. Damn. Donald getting authoritarian with Cecil is damn surprising. Donald lost most of his body in the blast, but his brain was intact, so Cecil gave him an exoskeleton underneath. So Donald is now officially part of the Terminator franchise. And it is canon. For those of you like your safe space words. Yeah, I know people like that shit. Whatever. Creepy yet fascinating. Cecil's right about no time for personal existential crisis while there's superheroes that need monitored. Yeah. Mark checked in with William, and Mark's on academic probation because he's a gangster. He threw up gang signs again. Dumbass. Mark dodged a bullet with Cecil threatening to take his brother away. He meets up with Amber and her study buddies, Jamie, Corey, and Bridget. Amber failed sociology tests that affected a third of her grade. Granddad died. Shapesmith admitted to leaving Russ Livingston on Mars, letting him get captured by the Sequids to be their host. Ain't he a great guy? I love Shapesmith. #1 Martian. I like him. To fuck up is human. Rex. Great quote. Rex gave a good pep talk to Eve about helping out against the Sequids. King Lizard and crew broke into a base where nuke missile controls were. Fun. Ray and Kate died by Komodo Dragon's hands. He ate Ray and smashed Kate into herself before she could multiply. Brutal fucking episode. Rex killed Queen Lizard by slicing her in half and Komodo Dragon by blowing his head off with an exploding coin. That was excellent shit. The others are facing off against the Sequids. Alan's alive. Woo! The boy's back. And he's ripped too. Yeah. I like that shit. Thaddeus is the first Viltrumite to betray the Empire. Holy shit. Woo! Jesus Christ, King Lizard shot Rex point blank. How the fuck did he survive that? And he killed King Lizard? Shit. Oh my god, him doing that? That is, man, wow. Mark taking out the Martian ship in the sequence 2. Ray escaped Komodo Dragon's corpse. She's still recovering. Donald's evolution from here on in is going to be intriguing. Yeah. Yep. Immortal crying at Kate's service. That's truly revealing, given he had past lovers that died too. Goes to show that no matter how many partners you have, there's always one that sticks out the most. The reality check of college from Mark and Amber is stark. Yeah, because it's not like the movies. Rick's back, and he had the same exoskeleton put in him as Donald. This is the heaviest season of the series in terms of psychological impact. Ooh, man. Rex realizing what a dick he was to Kate and previous GFs shows he's remorseful. What is it about being a superhero where we go around saving lives while ruining them at the same time? That's deep shit right there. From Mark. But also relevant to DC, Marvel, Valiant, Dark Horse, and other companies. Yeah. For all the good you do with powers, it has its consequences. It really does. Batman's a prime example of that. Fucking pedophile. Rex likes home decorating magazines that Eve's bringing him. Mark and Amber's relationship is on the rocks. Cognac, bitch. Rick's PTSD is going to be heavy going forward. Art gave Mark Nolan sci-fi books to read. Alan visits Mark to tell him about Thaddeus and Nolan's capture. Alan was going to bring Mark back to Thaddeus, but instead scanned Nolan's books for Thaddeus to go over. The books might contain the keys they need to defeat the Viltrumites. Ooh. I wonder if Alan can stand up to a Viltrumite now. I don't know. Maybe he can stand up to him. Can he kneel? Can he stand on one foot against him? Who knows? Nolan's being held in a Viltrumite prison. Russ Livingston got possessed by a sequid. He got possessed by fucking Zur's jizz. Angstrom Levy is back in town too. Fuck yeah. Rudy wants to help Monster Girl, but she doesn't want it. I like that Mark and Amber are at a Comic-Con and Mark's getting Philippe Schaefer, creator of Seance Dog's autograph. Flip explaining how the series works by breaking down the fourth wall is smart shit. I love that part. So good. Kudos to the team. Good job. Oh goody, Eve got kill cannon. Guy cosplaying as Grom is funny. Octoboss is cool and goofy sounding. Wouldn't mind to figure him. A fucking Octoboss. Now who's ass kicked? Dumb fuck. Seeing Rex struggle against him was good, and pep talking himself into kicking his ass with his thwip cannon. That's what I'm calling it, thwip cannon. I like Forever Never by K-Lab and Clever Thoughts. I gotta get that song. And I also have Juliana's Forever on my phone too from when Omni-Man came back. Love that song. Samoan pointing out to Bulletproof that while the team is fucked up, they're unbreakable when it counts and a family. Bulletproof don't get it because he's new. Typical. Ray's still in ICU. Rudy got Immortal's leadership position. Immortal saying he's unmoored because of what happened on Mars. Kate's death and nearly starting an interplanetary war with Alan. Yeah, he's no good as a leader. Nah. This is the kind of character development and layering I love, but I do wonder where his home is at. I don't know. Rick having nightmares about Sinclair is pretty common, along with him not knowing which is worse. Sinclair taking him apart or the doctors putting him back together. It's horrible. Dude, who erased Donald memories if Cecil didn't authorize it? Who knows? Wait, he died multiple times before. Oh no! Cool, Principal Winslow is now Dean of Upstate University. Here's a cool Easter egg I saw. The family portrait in the background is from Family Matters. Go back, rewatch that scene. It's so easy to miss, and I cried. I was like, ah. Donald had his own memories erased. Plot twist. It's heavy, too. Debbie's got a dinner date with Paul Thursday night. They bumped uglies. Not the right way, though, but a way. Oliver learned about animals. It's awesome. Debbie telling Mark how she had to educate Nolan on Earth etiquette in the beginning is funny, but now bittersweet given the circumstances. Her also pointing out is it a relationship when one of you isn't around is also true. It becomes a one-sided conversation, and the love that was there fizzles out. Yeah. I didn't know Callista Flockhart was voiced in April. Fuck no. I love Callista Flockhart. She's cool as shit. I gotta finish Ally McBeal at some point. I think I left off with season 4 or 5. Donald talking Rick from killing himself is the true highlight of this season. Go watch that. It is so heavy. I wanted to write down everything he said, but I was like, nah, you gotta watch it to really experience it. Mark and Amber go on a date. Amber's thinking about running for executive committee next year. Mark is contemplating getting a job or salary from Cecil to afford spring break in Hawaii. Anyssa's a cold-hearted bitch, but what does she want? She wants to kill and murder and maim, but also with puppies. She's also an agent of the Viltrumite Empire. Gosh, I didn't know that. Ugh. Holy hell, Cecil recruited Sinclair to work on Reaniman. Dick. Jesus Christ, Anissa went through that kaiju. Ooh, that was beautiful. Man, Anissa handed Mark his ass. Literally, she smacked it off and handed it to him. He's like, ah! Now I can fit my suit better. Mark and Amber broke up. Oh well. Angstrom Levy has Debbie and Oliver hostage. Anissa sparred against Alan, but he faked being knocked out so he could be captured aboard the prison ship. Smart man. Man, at the end of the season already? That sucks. God. Nice using Fat Boy's cult classic song Weapon of Choice for the opening. Love that. Should have been used more. Bastard. I wish they'd use Godsmack too, because shit. Wonder what Nolan's execution is going to be like. I don't know. Angstrom sent Mark to a dinosaur world where they talk. Pretty cool. It flies. I wonder what the black logo means. Because last season, when it was bloody, it meant Mark getting his ass handed to him by his dad. This season, it doesn't really have a meaning. Sad. Prof Ock and Arachnid Boy were neat. Some funny shit. Jesus, Angstrom's memory overloaded another highlight of the season. Yeah. Gotta say, Mark with black and yellow rocking a cape is interesting. And people were so hyped about that. Like, Mark has a cape! I'm like, okay. And then there's just him being evil. The multiple memories he's experiencing is beyond mind-bending. He's absorbed all the memories of the Angstroms across the multiverse. It's impressive, but so damning. Like, Jesus. I so want to see all the dimensions he throws Mark into. Ooh, zombie dimension. Boring, but funny. Jesus Christ, Angstrom snapped Debbie's arm. Mark met pedo bats. Funny. Fuck, Mark killed Angstrom. Ooh. That was brutal. Fuck. And the fallout from it is going to be wild going forward. Mark going through crisis mode is rough and relatable. Been there several times myself over the decades. Crisis mode sucks. Like, you try to hash out everything and replay it and do it differently. Can't do it. The team from another world found Mark 20 years later, and Eve told him that she's always loved him and that he needs to do the same with her, or don't tell her so she can move on. Yeah. I wonder if bruises or busted right eyes are foreshadowing or an homage. So much of that shit, like every other character, for the most part, has had their right eye busted out or bruised. It's like, is it a fetish? You know, is it something from Kirkman's childhood? Did he get punched in the face by his dad in the right eye so many times? Is it something is it a fetish? Is it childhood trauma or just random shit? I don't fucking know. I asked him. Still waiting on the answer on that. Pretty surprising that Rex took over Robot's body, so that means Rudy's probably dead. Oh, go away. God. I hate that message is popping up. Fuck off. Wonder what Mark would have become if he hadn't been rescued. I wonder that. I do. Mark got home, and Cecil reminding him he's not Nolan is the truth, but Mark's right, he wasn't there. The Pentagon parking lot is massive. Whew. Amanda finally accepting Rudy's help with her memory as they share a PB&J sandwich. Oh, how cute. They should add a marshmallow fluff. Bastards. Oh, wow. Kate's alive and found the mortal's home. Damn. Who's the brunette and blonde with a scarab tat in the tomb? The chicks are named Jane and Riley, who encounter Kahor, a mummy who needs a living male host to escape his tomb. Ain't that sexist? I love it, though. It's so funny. I didn't know who they were. I had to pause to find out, because these are all new people to me. So I'm like trying to keep track of everything. Mark traveling beyond the speed of light is crazy. Mark quitting college so he can be better and have more self-control. Yeah, he needs that control back. Gotta have it. All that power and you let go, hard to rein that shit back in. Yeah. That's why I tell people not to fuck with me. Because you fuck with me, I will go to DEFCON -0, and it ain't gonna be pretty. Mark almost told Eve he loved her, but couldn't. Damn. Gotta say, I do like older Eve with short hair. Alan and Nolan's convo was highly revealing. I did not expect Nolan to say he misses Debbie. Crazy. Hearing how defeated he is really shows a shift in character for him, too. And I can't imagine what will happen going forward for everyone involved. I really can't. The standouts of the season are Donald, Mark, Rick, Angstrom, Alan, Amber. Most underrated would be Immortal and Rex. Easily. Shame Angstrom died. I was hoping to see what improvements were made to his body. Bummer. Mark and Amber's breakup is key highlight of season 2. Oh, I can stop fucking yawning. As is Donald's revelation on how many times he died and saving Rick from suicide. Most powerful moments in the series thus far. Oliver's underrated too. Can't imagine what's in store for him going forward. Nolan, Mark, Amber, Alan, Debbie, and Immortal evolved the most this season. I did like that Angstrom's kid named his pet fox Chainsaw. It's adorable. Seeing the many evil versions of Mark was refreshing, showcasing what could happen to him in possible futures, but never why he turned evil. Hope that gets explained, and I'd honestly like an evil Mark invading down the road. How did Mark and Debbie handle their PTSD this season? They fucked and felt better. Kidding. She is a good pet, though. Both had culture shocks in Oliver and Nolan coming back, Angstrom attacking and dying, Debbie telling Cecil she didn't want anything from him anymore. I'd say they're trying, but it'll take time for them both to heal. This season has been full of emotional fallout for everyone. I'd equate it to lockdown when coronavirus hit. Yeah. And people on Twitter are still in COVID mode. So fucked up. There's so much turmoil when everyone's trying to rebuild and start over again. PTSD is the theme for season 2. 9.9 out of 10. So, what are my gripes with this season? The multiverse aspect, actually. It is nice, but I get tired of everybody latching onto that multiverse aspect. Like, it's fun, but it just feels so played out at this point. Yeah. So, that is Invincible Season 2 recap for you. I hope that helped. I know it helped me. So, if you don't like Invincible, you don't like Robert Kirkham, you don't like comics, you don't like cartoons, it's not for you. You hate CBMs, definitely not for your ass either. Or shows. But if you enjoyed this, oh, fuck. You want to know more? Well, check out the comics or watch the series, do whatever. So, I'll be back with a book review. Stay tuned.